Hey guys, I'm Miss Jennifer, and I am going to be reading day 10 of the Red Letter Challenge. One pastor said, "It is now my regular practice to fast before and during the times that I preach. I have a deeper sense of dependency on God and the immense power of the spoken word. It has been demonstrated by the dear individual in my congregation who runs our tape ministry. She said that since January of this year, her orders for sermon tapes have doubled. I can't explain it, she said, but whatever it is, keep it up. I'll have to check with the lady running our tape ministry to see if fasting makes a difference for us. But to fast means to abstain from something. Out of all the disciplines that we are looking at this week, this one might be the most foreign to us here in America. One time, a friend of mine fasted from a mega tub of popcorn at the movie theater for 40 days of Lent. This is not really the kind of fasting that we're talking about here. As much as he tried to tell me it was a huge sacrifice, it wasn't. Also, guys, while it's tempting to fast from doing laundry and chores, that's also not what we're talking about here. To truly fast, you ought to abstain from something important in your life, something that you think you cannot go without, something that you will miss. It's in those moments of craving or missing that you will go to God with your thoughts and thank Him that He provides for your needs. The hunger or the sense of want for what you're fasting from also reminds you to make Jesus a priority. Jesus tells us that when we fast, we don't do it to get recognized by others. We don't fast to make other people say, "Wow, that person is so spiritual." Or, "Did you see that Bob is giving up food for a whole week? He must have a great relationship with God." That's not why we do it. Fasting is something that you do for your own relationship with God. It's an exercise, a discipline that brings you closer to God and helps you realize just how much God provides for you. That's why He tells us to wash our face when we fast, because the Pharisees would fast and make their faces all gloomy and disfigured, and then someone would notice something was wrong, and then they would be able to tell them it was because they were fasting. They fasted in order to receive attention, praise, and glory from man. But that's not what Jesus wants when He calls us to fast. He wants us to give up something important and remember that He provides. It's easy to get caught up in this world with all of the distractions. There are so many days when I get to the evening and I realize, wow, I didn't spend any time with God today. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. And when I look back at my day, everything I did seemed really important at the time. But if I'm being honest, I know that no matter how busy the day was, or I thought I was, there were moments where I wasted them, and I could have spent time with God. Fasting is a great way to remember God throughout the day. If you fast from food, for example, you're going to get hungry, and then you're going to remember why you're not eating that particular day at that particular moment. And then you can go to the Lord and thank Him for providing for you. God ultimately wants our hearts. And when we fast, we are giving Him our hearts. We are telling Him, "You are the most important thing in my life, and all of the other stuff pales in comparison to you. I find everything I need in this world in you." Many people fast before making big decisions. This is a very godly practice. If you've been unsure of a decision, fasting is a good way to clear your mind from worldly things and perhaps receive some clarity from God with what He is calling you to do. Some might choose to fast from food, and others might fast from television or video games or your cell phone or Facebook. Some of you may decide to fast for more than a day, but whatever you do, use the time that you free up for prayer and be open to what God might want to do in your life. And that's all for day 10 of the Red Letter Challenge.